Hello horror fans! Hope you're all doing well out there in the cruel world we live in, and that you're ready for a few minutes to be spent with an American exploitation film from 1974. This one has a long tagline that I think does a great job of summarizing the film, so here it is. These women all had one thing in common. They had each been violated in the same savage way. When they looked for justice, it wasn't there, so they took the law into their own hands and made the revenge fit the crime. I am Torstein from CinemaTerror, and this is Act of Vengeance, also known as Rape Squad. A madman is on the loose, stalking and sexually abusing young women. He does his evil deeds while dressed up in an orange jumpsuit and hides his face behind a hockey mask. He takes great pleasure in tormenting the women, making them compliment him on the act itself, thank him for being chosen, and even forces them to sing Jingle Bells while he is raping them. Yes, Jingle Bells. I'm not making this up.
I said sing Jingle Bells!
Jingle bells.
That's
Jingle
right.
bells.
That's right.
His latest victim is the college student and part-time food truck driver Linda. She finds the lack of progress by the police to be reprehensible. So when she and other victims of this crazy guy are gathered at the police office for a fake lineup that the police has set up just to try to prove that their work on finding this real rapist is hard to do, Linda and the rest of the girls decide to take matters into their own hands and form their own anti-abuse group, the Rape Squad.
What do we do?
What do? We do what hundreds of women all over the country are doing. Look, there's an article about it right here. There have been television shows and everything. But the only ones that seem to be getting any kind of results are these women's groups.
There was no lack of revenge movies during the peak time of American exploitation in the 1970s. So the question these days mostly ends up being what stood out over the test of time. Many of these were made as a cheap excuse to have a movie with nudity and violence in it. An Act of Vengeance might sound like just another one of those. But to my pleasant surprise, it was able to do exactly what I wanted. Stand out a bit from all of the rest. I think the main reason why I enjoyed this was that it didn't waste any scenes. There's not a lot of filler here, as the story progresses at a good pace. In a way, the story is split into two parts. We follow the women who have been abused and their fight to regain confidence. And we also follow the rapist who is always on the hunt for new victims, while he also keeps tabs on his previous ones. I also like our cast of female survivors that make up the Rape Squad. They don't all get that much character development, except for the ringleader Linda, portrayed by Joanne Harris. But I'm always up for watching a group of women take revenge upon rapist scum. They even recruit a female karate expert, so we even get some fun scenes of her kung fuing the hell out of some male slime. Fun stuff!
I don't want no part of this shit.
The film also tries to hide its exploitative ways somewhat. It gives an attempt at showing the act of rape as the horrible thing that it is, and how cold and lonely the aftermath of it can and often sadly is for women. This is seen by us watching what Linda has to go through when she is reporting the brutal crime to the police, and the lack of progress they are making on her case. None of the men in the film, including her boyfriend, have any understanding of the traumatic experience that she has went through. And things like that do elevate the movie just a bit. And I say just a bit, as make no mistake, this is a 70s exploitation movie that features plenty of female skin and awful situations for a female cast. As an example, one scene features our squad plotting to take down men while they are all sitting naked together in a jacuzzi. Empowerment.
Sisters, stop rape. Are you being hassled by... Stop rape? Well, that's my favorite sport. That's right.
As a horror fan, I need to talk a bit about the main rapist of the movie. He wears an orange jumpsuit and a hockey mask, so he looks like a mixture of Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees. Perhaps this was what Jason was up to in his younger days before he went back to Camp Crystal Lake. Would make sense as to why he always slashes teens who were sexually active, I guess. The guy is creepy in Act of Vengeance and obviously mentally out there. There is nothing to the guy but an insecure male ego. You believe he really means it when he says that the women are lucky that he chose them. but he still needs that delusional confirmation by forcing them to say it out loud to him. I have no idea who came up with him making his victims sing jingle bells while he starts to torment them, but that sure is a way to make him memorable.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm just your friendly neighborhood hockey player.
What do you want?
You got to be kidding me.
What keeps Act of Vengeance from being a great and perhaps even classic exploitation movie is sadly the final 15 minutes. All of a sudden, our female squad gets lower IQ, and the rapists can use Scooby-Doo tactics to split them up to put them in dangerous situations. I think this could have been reworked to make our female heroes come off better, and also give them a more satisfying conclusion. But hey, this is what you get in movies like this from that time period, I guess. A first in my experience is that one of the screenwriters, David Kidd, wrote this under the female name of Betty Conklin. I am not sure if this was done to make it seem like a female empowerment film written by a woman. If that's the case, then that's kind of hilarious, and I doubt we will ever see something like that again. Hopefully. The campy feel to the film can probably be attributed to director Bob Kelljan, who did this one after starting his directorial career with Count Yorga, Return of Count Yorga, and then Scream Blackula Scream. If the script tried to be all about women standing up, then his directorial choices might be seen as a bit contradictory, but you gotta give it to him for making a thoroughly entertaining film. The two titles of Act of Vengeance and Rape Squad first came about as the legendary studio American International Pictures was worried about putting the film out under its original name of Rape Squad. That quickly changed when the film did poorly under the title of Act of Vengeance, which is why it was re-released again under its original title. And I wish I could be a fly on the wall during those studio discussions.
You're all talking, you have something you back it up with.
Why don't you show it to us?
Yeah.
Take your clothes off.
Yeah, let's see your wang.
Hey, come
you
on.
got a big wang?
Act of Vengeance is a movie that feels conflicting in its message, as he seems to want to say one thing, but tells it in an opposite way. The strength of the film lies in its awesome, ridiculous 70s grindhouse entertainment. It has a great mixture of campy fun, horrendous violence, and a political message. It should be easy for you to judge if Act of Vengeance will be a movie for you, and if you just so happen to fall into the curious category, then I do recommend that you pick up the Blu-ray of it from Scorpion Releasing. I would have rated this even higher if it had a better ending, but even so, Act of Vengeance gets the positive score of 3.5 out of 5. So that was Act of Vengeance. Have you seen this one? What are your thoughts on it? And what other similar 70s exploitation films would you recommend others to check out? Let me and the rest of the small world we have created there know in the comment section below. If you want to hear me talk about another fun exploitation flick, then check out my video on Cage Fury from 1990. Hope you enjoyed this video, there's plenty more like it on my channel and plenty more to come. So have a great day, and I hope to see you again next time here on CinemaTerror. Thank you.